Alright, so we're going to do some graphing lines today. We got 2x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0, and we're asking for intercepts. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to move that 6 to the other side because I don't like it. We want the x and y on one side, the number on the other when we're doing this by intercepts. And so for the y-intercept, or for the x-intercept, we're going to make y equals 0. And if y equals 0, then I'm left with 2x equals 6. Solve for x, and we get x equals 3. So there's 3, 0. Now for the y-intercept, we do x equals 0. And so we're left with negative 3y equals 6. Divide both sides by negative 3. Y equals negative 2. And there's negative 2. And then with a ruler, and not freehand like I did, you connect the 2 points that you got, and you have yourself a line. Anytime you have 2 points, you have a line. Our next one, they give us in slope-intercept form, and we should all hopefully be able to remember this. We start out with this plus 5. There's the y-intercept. And here's the slope of negative 2/3. And because it's negative, we go down 2 over 3. Here's my second point. And there's my graph. Alright, we got 3x plus 4y equals 8. We're going to do this with y-intercept, so I got to solve it. So I got 4y equals negative 3x plus 8. Divide everything by 4. So y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. So I put a point at 2, down 3 over 4, because this is the slope. And there's my point. And there's my line. Alright, brief stop from our graphing lines to remind you of what slopes look like. Positive slopes, as you go from left to right. Positive, you're going up. So that would be positive slope. From left to right, as you go down, that would be negative. Remember, if you're skiing and you don't go anywhere, you have 0 slope. So right there, that's 0 slope. And if you're skiing on an undefined slope, can't really do that, so you'll fall down to the ground and become undefined. So these are the 4 types of slopes that we have and what they look like. Okay, the next 2 problems have slightly different directions. It says find the 0 in graph, so I plug in the 0. I got 2x plus 3. Subtract the 3. I got negative 3. That's 2x, divide by 2. And so at negative 3/2, that's where my 0 is. That's the same thing as the x-intercept. Now graphing it, we got 2x plus 3, so I start at 3. I go up 2 over 1. And I graph it. A little bit straighter than that, but you get the idea. Alright. For this problem, if we try to find the 0, how often does 0 equal 2? Never. So there is no 0. And so if I wanted to graph y equals 2, this has the 0 slope because there's no x's in there. So the number 4x we think of as 0. So y equals 2 is a horizontal line like that. And that's your basics for graphing lines.